Hello everyone. As you may know, Stephen King's remake of It came out in cinemas all around the world in the last couple of weeks. And as good as the movie is, there is much more than meets the eye. King has managed to not only remake the cult classic to a high level, but also thrown in some hidden things or Easter eggs you may not know about. 10 things you didn't know about Stephen King and the all-new It movie. Written under the influence. It was actually written under the influence of cocaine. King has been sober for over 3 decades now, but in his youth he suffered from addiction to drugs and alcohol. His prolific writing career did not halt during this time. He simply continued writing under the influence. "I was a heavy cocaine user from 1978 until 86, something like that," King told Rolling Stone. According to King, The Tommyknockers, which he published after it, was the last novel he wrote before cleaning up his act. Stand-in town. The fictional town of Derry is actually a stand-in for the real town of Bangor, Maine. It's set in the fictional town of Derry, Maine. According to King, it's a stand-in for the real town of Bangor, Maine, where he lived since 1979. King and his wife were debating between moving to Portland or Bangor. King was in favor of Bangor because he considered Portland a yuppie town, and that Bangor was a hard-ass working-class town. And I thought that the story, the big story I wanted to write was here. All my thoughts on monsters and the children's tales. Inspired by real murderer. It was inspired by real-life serial killer John Wayne Gacy, who would dress up as a clown to do children's parties. He's called the Clown Murderer and would do social services in parades and even visited sick kids in hospitals. Very scary if you think about it. Fourth pick. Bill Skarsgård wasn't the first pick for Pennywise the Clown. Before Skarsgård landed the role of Pennywise, Revenant and Maze Runner actor Will Poulter was cast as the iconic clown by then-director Cary Joji Fukunaga. Fukunaga eventually left the production, and Poulter departed due to scheduling conflicts. Mama director Andre Muschietti took over the project soon after, and Skarsgård was brought on to fill Pennywise's big shoes. When asked about his choice of Skarsgård for the iconic clown, Muschietti commented, "What I can tell you is that he is terrifying, and there was a lot of work involved in bringing a new version of that character to life." The eyes. Whenever Pennywise's eyes look in 2 different directions, there are no special effects used for that. Director Andre Muschietti had planned on using CGI to achieve this and informed Bill Skarsgård of this, but Skarsgård then demonstrated that he could do it on his own. And that is what is used in the film. Fancy that. Stephen King spent 4 years writing It. King is notoriously prolific, with more than 50 novels to his name. In fact, when it first came out, it was part of a wave of 4 books King published in the span of just 14 months. Between 1986 and 1987, King published It, The Eyes of the Dragon, Misery, and The Tommyknockers. Given that kind of productivity, it would be easy to assume that King seamlessly produces bangers in mere months, but appearances can be deceiving. It took 4 years to write the It novel. Scaring kids. Andy Muschietti kept Bill Skarsgård separate from the child actors up until they had to shoot scenes together. On the day of their first scenes together, the production staff warned the kids about how scary Skarsgård could be while in character. The kids brushed this off, claiming that they knew he was just an actor in a costume and that they were professionals and would be fine. But however, when the time came for Skarsgård to be Pennywise for the scene, the kids were genuinely terrified. Some even cried on the set. Clown demand. The trailer for this film enraged real-life professional clowns who stated that the Pennywise character will encourage people to think of clowns as scary and murderous, though the filmmakers and actors have said clearly that Pennywise is not a clown at all, but a representation of its pure evil who takes on the form out of a mix of sadism and childishness. Rallies to defend the good name in general of clowns in the U.S. are planned for October 2017, the month after it is released in theaters. It comes to terrorize Derry in 27-year increments. The adaptations of it also come in 27-year increments. In the novel, the creature known as It is not a clown. It is a malevolent entity that takes on forms tailored to the person it's terrorizing. Although its most common form is a clown, it also appears as creatures like werewolves and vampires, wreaking murderous havoc on the fictional town of Derry every 27 years. Oddly, the new film adaptations is hitting theaters 27 years after the 1990 miniseries. Since the film's production had stalled and changed hands several times, this is pure coincidence. Budget and box office. And to end this video, It has had the biggest opening weekend in the supernatural or horror genre, grossing over $117 million, breaking the previous record set by Paranormal Activity 3 back in 2011, it making double its opening weekend revenue. And with a budget of just $35 million, It looks like it's showing no signs of slowing down. A definite classic or history in the making. For more interesting videos like this, make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching, and sweet dreams. Sweet